ERP hero with you, and ERP Enterprise Resource Planning software. And I've been in this environment for almost 2 years now, and longer if you include the search process. And a couple of things I wanted to share. And first, it's been an amazing adventure, journey. And I'm a CPA. I have 20 years of small business experience. And one of the biggest things I recall is most CPAs refer accounting software to their clients. And I look back now and I go, isn't that interesting? We've been referring accounting software to clients to operate their business. Think about that. That is rather interesting. They need operating software, but because the industry, because clients have been sold that this one particular software is cheap and easy to use, and that's what they want to hear when they're starting a business, right? That's what they should use. And so that's what, when the CPA says, well, I know that, I'm familiar with that, everyone really enjoys that, to hear that. And now that I've sold my firm and I'm more in operations, I see the power of an ERP, and I go, wow, this is the data I wish I had as a business owner. The power of technology. And so I believe CPAs really need to wake up and understand the power of technology, especially in the small business arena. As you go through these transitions, it really needs to be top-down leadership. If your board of directors or your founder is not involved and the managers have not understood why you're doing this and they're not involved, there's going to be there could be a lot of challenges. And so what you need as a culture is a lot of encouragement, kindness, and then you need adjustments along the way. And then you need to celebrate the milestones. And adjustments is necessary because you need adjustments in so many ways in your business processes and in your mindsets. We get fixed or anchored on points, and we need to make those adjustments. And we need to all be ready to grow. We need to grow professionally and individually, and we need to say, well, just because I use this software for 5 or 10 or 20 years, what else is out there? Because if you're not thinking like that, other businesses are, and they're going to have that advantage over you unless you adopt, unless you are willing to grow. And some people are just not willing to do that for a variety of reasons. It could be comfort, it could be they were hurt, whatever it is. And that's where forgiveness and the encouragement. I had an amazing salesperson for NetSuite, for the ERP company. And the reason I believe he was amazing is after the handoff to someone else, he kept in touch with me and he continued to encourage me. As a matter of fact, I would almost say most of the encouragement came after the handoff. And because of that, I have several certifications too. And I have over 14 classes, I believe now, that I've taken in NetSuite. The encouragement is so important. And what might happen if you don't have that encouragement is people don't like change, and you might have some shame and blame throwing. And Take that. I don't want to change. Blame throwing. It's your fault. It's the software's fault. And it's anyone's fault but the person that wants to change. And that's where the encouragement and kindness and forgiveness comes in. You want to take out that escalation and help with the transformation. And this is just experience I'm sharing with you. And that's what the ERP hero can assist with. Next thing I just want to share with you with my just life experience and software experience is what will help. What I've seen is with companies that go from tactic to tactic to tactic, software is just another tactic. And I've never seen that work. In fact, if you read books on strategy and military, armies get defeated when they do tactics to tactics because there's no strategy in tactic to tactic. And small businesses just don't survive. At least I've never seen it in 22 decades of it. And they get lucky and they get like sugar highs. Tactics are sugar highs. And so what you need is you need a purpose. And purposes are spelled out with vision statements. And vision statements are basically one sentences. How are you going to accomplish something? If you want more information, just contact me. But vision statements lead to mission, which is a little bit broader. Mission statements. Vision and mission statements help you craft your values. How are you going to fulfill those with your moral compasses? And then once you have your vision, mission, and values, then you could craft your strategy and tactics. It is a top-down philosophy. Your ERP is a strategy or a tactic to complete your vision. You need to understand where it fits. It's not, if you just say, hey, I'm going to get an ERP and put it in there, you need to be able to communicate to your team, this is our vision, this is where we're going, this is how we're going there, our mission. We're going to use these morals as our guidelines. Here's our strategy, and our ERP is going to accelerate us. It's going to give us the visibility and the efficiency to accelerate us there. And I don't think that's explained well in organizations. And if it was, the implementation process would go, in my opinion, smoother. I don't believe a lot of small businesses have the clarity of their vision. As they grow, they lose sight somehow of the long term. It's like to grow just to grow. And that's not a very good vision. And they become this weird tactical thing where there's lots of tactics going on, but they're not coordinated. I'm a little off topic of ERP, but I'm just sharing my experience. The ERP is a fantastic tool, but if you don't have the purpose, vision, mission, and your values in line, then when something goes wrong in your organization, including an implementation, which might not be the easier things to do, that shame and blame throwing that I mentioned earlier, it could lead to an escalation. And you just want to be mindful of that. So if you have all that mapped out before you implement the ERP, I believe it's going to go smoother. And if you do it with encouragement and kindness, and you adjust along the way, And you know at what point you're going to celebrate and reward people for taking the risk and being the leaders and doing the extra training and doing the extra hours. That is a much better way than doing the other way I previously mentioned. And now these individuals are worth so much more to your organization. Now they have just not the previous credentials, but they are leaders, knowledge leaders in your organizations. They understand an ERP. They are the modern day knowledge leader. And that is something unique and something special. These people are going to lift your organization into the future. And those are the people you want leading and guiding your organization. Think about what the data they're going to have and be able to provide your organization for the next, 5 or 10 or 20 years. That's significant. The data that your organization is going to have access to at a touch of a button is like something it's never seen before. And these people are the ones that, if you treat them well, will be able to provide that for you. And if you don't, during the implementation and post-implementation, instead of making those refinements and adjustments, they're going to be looking for a new job. Now, do you want to refine an asset, good stewardship, or do you want to walk someone out the door? And that's where forgiveness and encouragement and kindness, making those adjustments and celebrating is so important. And if you combine that with improving your processes and communicating this correctly, and you could do that with defining your purpose and vision, mission and values, strategy and tactics along the way. Totally not software related, but boy, is that 20 years of experience, life experience, and business experience. I hope you receive something out of it. And ERP Hero, sharing something hopefully special with you. What is your competitive advantage? Is it kindness? Is it encouragement? Are you making those necessary adjustments? Are you celebrating those wonderful achievements in your organization?